Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the CUTV Game of the Week, where we have the Elizabeth Forward Warriors traveling up to face off against the Brownsville Falcons. My name is Peyton Trollinger, and alongside of me is my broadcast partner, Nate Mazon. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good. Very excited to be here, ready for some Friday Night Lights football.
As I am as well. We have our first conference matchup. The past couple weeks have not been any conference matchups. We got our first one tonight, the AAA action here at Redstone Field in Brownsville, Pennsylvania. What we're going to do, we're going to send it down to the studio to take a at the high school roundup studio to go see a little sneak preview on tonight's game.
I'm John Sakaguchi, joined as always with Peyton Trollinger as we take a look at our game of the week, Elizabeth Forward versus Brownsville. Oh, Peyton, both teams coming off of losses. We'll take a look here at the tail of the tape real quick as EF 1-2 on the season. Brownsville, though 0-2 to kick off their season, but both teams looking to get things back on track as we look at their previous matchups. Elizabeth Forward lost a close one, 14-0 against West Mifflin. Brownsville lost to Lowell Highland 65-0, but both teams looking to get their things back in the win column here.
And one thing I want to point out with that tail of the tape, Brownsville has yet to score a point this whole season, so I'm definitely confident they're going to want to get on that score sheet tonight.
Yeah, and Brownsville's got some players to watch out for, but we'll talk about them here in a moment. But we'll look at the conference schedule here real quick. Or the conference standings. Mount Pleasant sitting atop, or tied for first with Southmoreland. EF there in the middle. Old Brownsville, South Park, South Allegheny, and Yock all there towards the bottom. Conference schedule for tonight for games to watch, folks. Our game of the week: EF at Brownsville. South Allegheny travels over to Southmoreland, South Park at Yock, and Mount Pleasant heading over to Gray Latrobe.
And now let's take a look at some players to watch, don't you agree?
Yeah, let's start off here with EF's players to watch. Two guys you're going to want to watch out for. Defensive player here for Elizabeth Forward, or Nick Murphy. He's a big defensive lineman, and he's a ball hawk. He's watching out for wherever that ball goes, so be on the lookout for him. And then the other guy for Elizabeth Forward, or quarterback, dual threat quarterback, I should say, a Zion Walker.
And some players to watch for the Brownsville Falcons. Number 18, senior wide receiver Christopher Davis. Look for him to be on that quick little screen and just to get some a lot of really big yardage. And we have offensive lineman number 63, Dylan Bracknia, who will pancake someone tonight, and that is my prediction.
All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you back at Redstone Field.
And we are back from this high school roundup studio, and you might have saw a very familiar face in the studio, also on the mic, me. Anyway, we are back at Redstone Field in Brownsville, Pennsylvania, and as you heard from that little bit of a preview we have, Elizabeth Forward comes into tonight's matchup with a 1-2 record on a losing streak of 2. They lost last week 14-0 against West Mifflin, and Brownsville comes into this game 0-2. And they're just not doing that well. You want to tell the folks at home about that, Nate?
Yeah. Both games been not that close. Have had struggle scoring some points. Both teams on a 2-game losing streak. Both trying to snap that here tonight.
Yes, they are. Brownsville is coming into tonight's game without a single point being scored for them. So I'm sure they're going to want to get up on that scoreboard very soon, don't you think?
Yes, definitely. They definitely want to get some points soon here.
Mm-hmm. So we have the coin toss. Elizabeth Ford won the coin toss. They elected to defer to the second half, and Brownsville will get possession of the football first. Elizabeth Ford and Brownsville getting all the special teams personnel out on the field, and we're just about ready and set for kickoff here.
It's a perfect night for football.
It is a very, very good night for football. Sun is setting down here on the field. It's going to start getting cooler. It's a little hot up in this press box, but I think we'll get over it, don't you think?
A little bit of water never hurts.
Never hurts at all. I got my Gatorade and I got my water right next to me, so those will be consumed throughout the night. Kicking off for the Warriors, it's going to be number 12. That's Logan Beadle. He is a junior, 5'10 junior from Elizabeth Ford. And looks like the receiver for Brownsville is going to be number 6. It's Antoine Black, the freshman, Antoine Black. And also one of the players to watch for tonight. And Beetle is getting ready to kick this off, and we're going to get started. And the kick is up, and we have football here at Redstone Field. It's Elizabeth Ford versus Brownsville, CUTV game of the week. And we are underway. Tackle made by, looks like that's number 63 for the Warriors. And you just got to bear with me. This roster's listed from alphabetical order, which is never good.
Jaden Estes.
Yes, thank you. Jaden Estes with the tackle. And Brownsville will take over 1st and 10. Looks like they're going to take over from their own 30-yard line. And your starting quarterback for the Brownsville Falcons, freshman Hunter Palahak, is going to be under center for tonight's matchup. This time he's going to be in the shotgun formation. He's got a back to his right. And the first play, Palahak rolling, firing, and the pass is incomplete. He's firing to number, 87.
Defensive line got good pressure right there.
Yes, they did. Intended target was Aiden Teeter, the senior. And it was a good thing we went down whenever we did, because Aiden Teeter right here is listed as number 76. Coach told us he was number 87, so good thing we went down whenever we did.
Yes.
All right, we got no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 now for the Falcons. Palahak in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to his back. That's Antoine Black. He's going to pick up a few yards on the play, but he is brought down on the play. There's a flag also on the play. Let's see what this is about. And the officials conferring with each other to make sure they got the right call here.
Good tackle there by number 3, Zachary Boyd.
Yeah, I didn't get to see who got the tackle, but I saw him celebrating afterward. And we got a penalty going to go against the Falcons. It's going to back them up. Looks like it was a false start. And that ball is going to be spotted at the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Brownsville breaking the huddle. Elizabeth Ford trying to adjust their defense. Make sure they got the right guys on the right people. Palahak in the shotgun, single back in the backfield. Palahak looks to his left. He's scrambling in the pocket. EF putting the pressure on. Palahak might be in some trouble, and he is sacked at the 10-yard line. Looks like that's by number 16 for the Warriors. And bear with me as I try to get a name on this. That was Sean Sukup for the Warriors, and what a big loss of yards for the Falcons.
Overall, great pressure by the whole defensive line. Stay consistently being right there with him.
And we're just taking a look at this replay here. Sukup just absolutely getting behind that Falcons line and able to make the huge sack on the play for the Warriors.
Number 6, Antoine Black is the punter tonight for Brownsville.
So we see Antoine Black's going to be playing a big part for this Falcons offense, playing running back and the punting position and kick returner we saw earlier. And looks like there was a little bit of a penalty on the Falcons, going to back them up 5 yards. And the scoreboard here at Redstone Field says the Brownsville Falcons are going to be faced with a 4th and 33.
Punting from their own end zone is never good.
Never good at all. We've already seen what this Warrior defense can do.
Snaps to the right, he's scrambling.
And Antoine Black's going to take it himself. He didn't have time to punt it away, and he is tackled within the 5-yard line. That is not a good start for this Falcons offense.
Snap was a little wide to the left, so Antoine just had to take off.
And seems like we got a shaken up Falcon on the play. It's Antoine Black at the 6-yard line. Hopefully he's going to be okay, since he's going to be the main part for this Brownsville offense. And while we have a bit of a break in the action, let's take a look at the Brownsville schedule here. Brownsville coming off of a 65-0 loss against Laurel Highlands, and in the game before that they lost 44-0 against McGuffey. Definitely not a good start for them. And the rest of the games for the Falcons, they're going to be away next week playing against South Park. Then they come back here to Redstone Field to play South Allegheny. Then they're on the road for the next couple weeks. They play Mount Pleasant and then Mount Carmel Christian. And then they come home, play Southmoreland. And then they're back on the road against Yuck. And then they'll finish the season at East Allegheny. Not going to be an easy set of games for this Brownsville team. We still got Antoine Black on the field, still shaken up. Hopefully he is okay. And while he is getting attention, we're going to go send it to break, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Cal U Vulcans are back on the gridiron this fall, and CUTV and WCAL give you the best seats in the house. September 2nd at Fairmont State. September 11th versus Lock Haven. September 18th versus Millersville. September 25th at Edinboro. Homecoming October 2nd versus Mercyhurst. October 9th at Gannon. October 16th versus Clarion. The Coal Bowl, October 23rd at IUP. October 30th versus Seton Hill. November 6th at Slippery Rock. November 13th at Bloomsburg or the PSAC title game. All games are live on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM, WCAL.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can catch all the action with CUTV and the PSAC network. After a year away from the court, the Vulcans are set to try and get back to the top of the PSAC. A full slate of action versus such PSAC opponents: Gannon, Mercyhurst, Edinboro, Clarion, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, IUP, and Pitt Johnstown. Every home game will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC network.
Looking for something to do? Then don't miss the 2021 Health Fair. This year, the Health Fair will be on Wednesday, October 6th in the Convocation Center Arena from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. There will be free STD testing, a blood drive, prizes, free health screens, flu and COVID vaccines, giveaways, and much, much more. Don't miss the excitement. Be at the Convocation Center on October 6th for the 2021 Health Fair.
And welcome back to Redstone Field here in Brownsville, Pennsylvania, where we have the CUTV Game of the Week, Brownsville versus Elizabeth Forward. We just had an shaken up player, Antoine Black. He's off the field. Elizabeth Forward, in the meantime, from the 5-yard line, they scored. Touchdown, Warriors. And that was a very, very easy play for them. They were able to tackle Black within the 5-yard line, and in the very next play, they're in the end zone.
Jordan Wilmer, number 30, was the back that ran that right up the right sideline, got good blocking for the touchdown.
And what a very nice look by that Elizabeth Ford offense. And the Warriors are up 6-0. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be an offsides going against Brownsville.
The kicker is number 12, Logan Beadle, who's a lefty kicker. You don't see a lot of lefty kickers.
Not at all. Now you point that out, I definitely don't see that every day. And they're going to move it up instead of applying it on the kickoff after. The kick snapped. Beetle, and the kick is blocked on the play. And that was blocked by number 28. Trying to get a name for you, our viewers, our listeners at home. Not able to get a name, but kick was blocked. Your score, Elizabeth Ford 6, Brownsville 0. We'll be back after these messages.
If you are looking for a Christian club that features Bible study and spiritual nourishment, then come find your family with New Life Cal U. Swing by Oasis every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Natali 321 to explore faith through Bible study, games, and fellowship. Or stop by Converge on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in the Natali Rotunda to make friends and enjoy life through casual hangouts. Everyone is welcome. Connect with New Life Cal U at www.newlifecalu.com/connect.
And welcome back to the CUTV Game of the Week here at Redstone Field, where we have the Elizabeth Ford Warriors up 6-0 on the Brownsville Falcons. And the kickoff after the touchdown is about to take place here from Logan Beetle. And that kick is up and away. And it's a fumble on the play. It's going to be recovered by the Warriors. That's number 32 jumping on that ball for the Warriors. Big play by Elizabeth Ford to get that ball back and in their possession. And I'm going to send it over to my broadcast partner. He's going to go over the replay and the tail of the tape.
There's a run right to the right side with Jordan Wilmer. Great blocking, a huge hole right for him to get through for the touchdown.
And just like that, it is 6-0. That kick afterward, may I mention, was actually blocked on the play. What a great effort by that Brownsville defense. And here we go. Zion White in the pocket. Touchdown, Warriors. And it's just that easy to Zachary Boyd. And the Warriors have another 6 up on the board.
Perfect throw. Great catch, too.
Amazing throw by Zion White. And an even beautiful catch by Zachary Boyd. And this Warriors offense is on fire right now.
2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Can't beat that.
Back to back, just like that. Warriors mean business in this conference matchup. And it's going to be a bad snap on the kick after. A fumble on the play. Trying to see who's going to recover it. And that kick is going to be no good. So that is 2 extra point attempts that were missed by the Warriors. When we come back, Elizabeth Ford has the lead on Brownsville, 12-0, and we'll be back after these messages.
The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Natali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly.com/Cal U Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Cal U Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
And welcome back to the CUTV Game of the Week at Redstone Field, where we have the Brownsville Falcons trailing to the Elizabeth Ford Warriors in this AAA conference matchup. And the kick is off and away. Last time Brownsville tried to get the ball, it was botched, fumbled, and Warriors got the ball and made that an easy touchdown. We're going to go set it to Finn for the replay.
Offensive line did a great job, as you'll see here. but Zion Williams just has plenty of time to throw the ball. Zion White has plenty of time to throw the ball deep down the field to Zachary Boyd, who's wide open. Great catch with 2 hands for the touchdown.
And it's very underrated now, these wide receivers trying to make the flashy play with the one-handed, but it's just simpler just to get the 2 hands on the ball and just end it like that. Meanwhile, Brownsville setting up for their first offensive play of this drive. Palahak in the shotgun, handing it off to his running back. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, possibly for a loss. And what good defense by that Warriors defensive line.
I think that was Aiden Teeter on the run. It looks like the tight end at A7. Kind of a halfback handoff right there.
Yeah, Brownsville just trying to get some yards up the middle, just to get any type of positive yards. Looks like that was a gain of 0. 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. Palahak again in the shotgun. He's got two in his backfield. Palahak with the shotgun. Oh, and he is brought down immediately by the Elizabeth Ford defensive line as soon as he handed the ball off. And what a play by the Warriors.
Charles Malieve, number 53, broke through right up the middle to get that tackle.
And we're just taking a look at this replay, and that he went through that offensive line like it was nothing. And that's going to be a big loss for the Falcons. They're going to be faced with a 3rd and 15 now. And the Falcons approaching the ball. They got their play in the head. And let's see what that play is. 3rd and 15.
Teeter in the backfield again.
We see a similar setup. It's going to roll to his left. He's in the end zone looking for a target. And the intended target was not able to be found as Teeter comes up with an incomplete pass. And it's now 4th down for Brownsville.
Good pursuit by the defensive line there, constant pressure.
Very good pursuit, like you were saying, by the defensive line, not making it easy for Palahak whatsoever, and that's what they're supposed to be doing. I'm sure the defensive coordinator for the Warriors is a very happy man right now, as Brownsville has not passed the 50-yard line, let alone the 30-yard line all game yet. But we still have a whole game, so let's see what happens here. 8 minutes left to play. Warriors up 12-0. The punt is away, and it's going to be received. And he's at the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Warriors! And that's number 1 on the punt return, Charles Neguet. 6 points for Elizabeth Ford. Let's take a look at this replay right here. Neguet gets the ball, and he's just finds that outside lane and just does not stop running. Brownsville just cannot catch him.
Not a bad punt by Brownsville either, just a great catch and run.
It almost looked like he just got that punt off before it was blocked. And it's going to be number 12 kicking the extra point for the Warriors. And it's up. And it is good for the first extra point of the night. Elizabeth Ford leads on Brownsville 19-0 when we come back for break.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back to CUTV and the CUTV Game of the Week, where we had Brownsville hosting the Elizabeth Forward Warriors, and the Warriors not taking it easy so far as they lead 19-0. What are your thoughts on that?
2 plays, 2 touchdowns, start off the game, and then not even a play for the offense there. Just a great return by Charles.
Yeah, Neguet just finding that outside lane, and we're going to take a look at that after this kick. And it's going to be Ethan Callahan that's going to send the ball back over to the Falcons. Callahan's kick is up. It's going to be over to the left. It's going to go out of bounds. A flag is drawn, and we're going to go see what this is about. All right, and now we're going to send it over to Finn.
We're going to look at the punt return touchdown here. Good blocking to help him get to the left side, and then just pure speed to reach the corner and get to the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's a lot of what this Warriors team is. I've noticed that they just have speed, size, they have everything over this Brownsville team, but that's not going to stop the Falcons from just keep fighting, because they do have their own weapons of their own. One in particular is on their offensive line. It's number 63, Dylan Brackna, and looks like he's playing that center position, and he is definitely known to throw those pancake blocks. Brownsville is going to set up on their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10, and handoff on the outside. He's going to stiff arm a few people, and that's Aiden Teeter on the play. He'll pick up a yard. Flag is thrown on the play. And we're going to see what this is. Maybe some words were exchanged in that pile.
Aiden Teeter with a huge stiff arm to send his defender right into the ground, and then, yeah, a little extracurricular activity after the play.
Teeter's definitely got the size advantage on this defense. It says here on my paper he's registered at 6'4". He looks way taller from up here, though.
That's a big running back coming at you.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad I am up in this press box and I do not have to deal with that. And we're just awaiting the call from the officials. They're conferring with one another to see what we got here and make sure we have a very fair game. Here comes the call. And it looks like there's going to be offsetting penalties on both teams. And that's going to get the ball nowhere, so that's going to make it a 2nd and 8 now for the Falcons. And 7:30 left to go here in this first half, in the first quarter, I should say. 19-0 in favor of Elizabeth Forward.
Because of the flag on the kickoff, Brownsville finally has the ball up the field.
And we're going to take a look back at this replay here and what an absolute stiff arm. And then he's brought down here on the play. Oh, and we have some extracurricular activities between, looks like Brackna and number 53 of the Warriors. Trying to see if we can get a name on that.
That's Charles Milab.
Charles Milab and Brackna did not like each other on that last play. And we're trying to see what's going to be made up here. Both teams are set. And I'm getting word now that both players were actually ejected from the game, and the refs just were not going to have any of that and decided just to get rid of both of them. It's very uncommon to have ejections this early in the game.
They are not messing around today.
I did look at the replay, and it was well after the whistle and well away from the play. And maybe those ejections were necessary for this game to continue. And it's 2nd and 8 now for the Falcons. Palahak in the shotgun, low snap. He's going to roll out to his left, avoiding pressure, trying to scan downfield. He's going to flip it to his back, He's going to pick up a few yards, and that's Aiden Teeter coming down. He's brought down at his own 40-yard line.
Good scramble there to get outside the pocket and then find his tight end there.
And taking a look back at this replay, we had Palahak scrambling. He was able to flip it over to his back really quickly, and that was Teeter able to come down with it, hold on to the ball, and get some nice yardage for the Falcons. We're looking at a 3rd down and 5 for Brownsville. Palahak in the shotgun, single back formation. Palahak facing the pressure, feeling it, scanning downfield, and he is brought down for the sack.
Had nowhere to go there. Nicholas Murphy was all over it.
It's number 64 of the Warriors. You said that was Nicholas Murphy.
Oh, it was 64.
Oh, my apologies. It was Spencer Ross on the sack for the Warriors. And what a huge sack as it backs Brownsville all the way up to their back to the 30-yard line. And it looks like it's going to be a 4th and 15. And again, Brownsville is going to have to punt this ball away yet again. And the kick is up and away. It's going to be taken back by Neguet. And he's going to find a spot on that right side, and he is pushed out of bounds by the Brownsville offense.
Very dangerous return, man.
Yeah, we have already seen the wheels of Neguet. So let's take a look at the schedule for the Elizabeth Forward Warriors here. They had their first game at Ringgold. They won 12-0. They faced off against Ligonier Valley, and they ended up coming out on the short end of that stick, 26-14. Played at West Mifflin, lost 14-0. Tonight they're playing at Brownsville. Then they will be at home playing Best Center and South Park, on the road against South Allegheny, back at Mount Pleasant, then on the road for Southmoreland, and then they finish their season up at York. And here we go, Elizabeth Ford on the carry, and he is brought down by Teeter in the backfield.
Teeter met him right away through the line. Jordan Wilmore had nowhere to go.
Absolutely not. There was nowhere he could go. He's brought down in the backfield. Teeter able to get a nice low shot on him and able to bring him down right at their own 40-yard line. So it's ended up going to be a 2nd and long for the Warriors. Their first real big attempt at this game. Zion White in the shotgun. 2 backs to his right. It's going to be a screen pass to Neguet. He's going to get it again, and he's going to get some yardage here at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Warriors! Charles Neguet for his 2nd of the night.
Screenplay right to the right. Great run, just pure speed by Charles Neguet right there.
And rightfully so. What a great read by White, and an even better one by Neguet. We're just going to... Looking at that replay again, he just cut up on that right side, and he had the speed to beat those Falcon defenders before they could push him out of bounds. Looks like Callahan will be attempting the extra point for the Warriors. And there's going to be a flag on a play. It looks like a Falcon player jumped before the snap went away. It's going to be an offsides call going against Brownsville, and it's not their 2nd offsides call of the night. I'm sure the coach is definitely going to want to talk to his players about staying a little bit more disciplined. Callahan, he's going to kick it. It's up. And it is good. Your score here at Redstone Field. Elizabeth Ford 26, Brownsville 0 after the break.
The Cal U Vulcans are back on the gridiron this fall, and CUTV and WCAL give you the best seats in the house. September 2nd at Fairmont State. September 11th versus Lock Haven. September 18th versus Millersville. September 25th at Edinburgh. Homecoming, October 2nd versus Mercyhurst. October 9th at Gannon. October 16th versus Clarion. The Coal Bowl, October 23rd at IUP. October 30th versus Seton Hill. November 6th at Slippery Rock. November 13th at Bloomsburg or the PSAC title game. All games are live on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM, WCAL.
And welcome back to the CUTV Game of the Week, where we have Brownsville versus Elizabeth Ford, and the Warriors are absolutely dominating 26-0. What are your thoughts, Fed?
Efficient on offense, just going down the field, not messing around, going straight at him, attacking him. And Charles, again, is just showing off his pure speed.
And we saw before the game, at least I did, whenever I was doing my preparation for the game, that Neguet has a tendency to go on that screenplay, and he just makes absolute magic once he catches that ball behind the line of scrimmage, and he uses those wheels of his to get where he needs to go, and that place is the touchdown. And the kick is away, back to the Falcons, over the head, and it's going to be picked up at the 5-yard line. And the Warriors will down him at about the 4-yard line. And we're going to have Finn talk about this last scoring drive. Finn?
Yeah, it was just a great call, good screenplay, and then Neguet just using his speed, as we saw in the punt return, to get all the way on the outside edge, just beat everyone down the sideline for the touchdown.
And Neguet is going to be a huge problem for this Falcons off defense if they cannot contain him. They're going to have to do something to at least control him, because I don't know if there's any way you could stop him. Brownsville in a very dangerous spot inside their own 10-yard line to start this drive. 1st and 10. Palahak in the shotgun. He's going to give it to his back. He's going to float it to the outside, and he is brought down at the 3 or 4 yard line by a host of Warriors.
Looked like some confusion there between Hunter Palak and Cameron Howard, the running back there. Both ran into each other, but was able to get some yards after the play.
And that's all that matters. The thing with Brownsville is they have to get some type of positive yards if they're going to at least try to keep up with the Warriors on this.
They've been starting real back in their own half of the field for every drive.
You know, the farthest we've seen them get is about the 40-yard line, and I'm sure they're going to want to change that if they want to break that scoreless streak like we talked about in the pregame. And here we are. It's going to actually back them up a couple yards. 2nd and 12 now for the Falcons on their own 3-yard line. It's going to be a run play. He's tripped up, and he is brought down for a loss. It's going to back him up even more now.
The defensive front is just all over the offensive line right now, not letting them have any space.
Elizabeth Ford is clamping down on this Falcons offense, and Brownsville's got to answer. It's a big 3rd down. You're pinned up against your own end zone. You don't want to take a safety. What do you do here?
They just need to get some yards just to hopefully get them out of the end zone so they're not punting from there. But if they can get a big play here, spark something, that's what they really need.
Any type of momentum, any positive momentum will do for this Falcons team as they approach the line. Palak yet again in the shotgun. 2 backs, 1 behind him and 1 to his right. Receivers on both sides. Palak takes the snap, gives it to his running back. He's going to pick up some yards and a bit more, and he's finally brought down at the 15. And on that carry was Aiden Teeter yet again, and we see that has become the favorite for Brownsville.
Pushing and shoving his way right through the heart of the defense. Just pure power right there.
And we have a little bit of a hurry-up offense, and it is now 4th, and it looks like 3. We might be able to see the first down for the Falcons. Palahak giving it to his running back and trying to see if he got that 1st down or not.
1st down.
And that's going to be enough for the Brownsville 1st down. And that is their first one of the game.
Aiden Teener again again with that handoff.
It looks like we have an injured player for the Warriors. And if I see right from up here, it looks like number 61, a little shaken up on the play for Elizabeth Ford, trying to get a name for our listeners at home. That's Joseph Young. And now we're going to look at the Interstate conference schedule while we have a bit of a break in the action. Tonight, obviously, we have our CUTV game of the week, Elizabeth Ford versus Brownsville. And then we have South Allegheny traveling to Southmoreland. Other matches tonight, we have South Park traveling up to York. And our last matchup for tonight is Mount Pleasant traveling to Greater Latrobe for an exhibition matchup tonight. It looks like that player has gotten off the field, and we're going to get ready for some more football action.
Brownsville with their first down, looking to continue that momentum to try to get something going here for a comeback.
And it's just, whenever you're down like this, it's just baby steps, and you just got to keep doing what you're doing no matter how long it takes. Palahak in the shotgun. He's going to give it to the back behind him, and he is brought down immediately by the Elizabeth Ford defensive line. Coming up on that stop was number 84 for the Warriors. I'm not able to get a name on that. Apologies.
The defensive line for the Warriors just continues to give them fits. They just have nothing.
Yeah, they just have been on all over this Brownsville offense so far. And it's going to be a loss of 2. Brownsville takes over 2nd and 12 from within their 20-yard line. Palahak looking, scanning the field, fires. Oh, and it was almost picked off on the play by Zachary Boyd, but he could not hold on to that football.
Had it in his hands and just dropped it.
A little bit of a case of the Butterfingers as we look back at this replay. Palahak facing a little bit of pressure from this defensive line. He scans the field trying to look for the intended target, and Zachary Boyd just flies in there and almost picks it off. And that was intended for Bryce Horobic on that play. 3rd and 12 now for Brownsville. In the shotgun, he's going to roll to his left, scanning down the field, feeling a bit of pressure. He's going to take it himself. And is met by the Elizabeth Ford defense and is brought down. And
little different play there, scrambling to the right instead of the left this time. Just decided to tuck it and run instead of trying to dump it off to anybody.
And sometimes, you know, that's the only thing you can do. He did end up getting a few positive yards on that play, and it's going to be a 4th and 9 now for the Falcons. And Brownsville is going to be able to punt this one again. There is a flag on the play. Officials see something that we don't, so let's try to see what this is going to be about. Not much time left here in this first quarter. This could be anything from too many men to offsides to anything. And that's going to go against the Warriors.
Legal substitution.
Said it was a legal substitution going against Elizabeth Ford. It's going to delay this punt, and it's going to move the Falcons up to the 28-yard line, and it looks like Brownsville's going to have a little bit of change of personnel, and they might go for this one.
4th and manageable, definitely a chance here.
Yep, they're faced with a 4th and 3. Not much time left here in the first quarter. Let's see if they can get this first down before the quarter ends. Palahak with the shotgun snap, going to take it himself, and he is brought down in the backfield for a sack.
Looked like a read option to Teeter, decided to tuck it himself and run.
And that's going to do it here for the first quarter of action. Your score, Elizabeth Ford 26, Brownsville 0.
If you are looking for a Christian club that features Bible study and spiritual nourishment, then come find your family with New Life Cal U. Swing by Oasis every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in Natali 321 to explore faith through Bible study, games, and fellowship. Or stop by Converge on Thursdays at 7 p.m. in the Natali Rotunda to make friends and enjoy life through casual hangouts. Everyone is welcome. Connect with New Life Cal U at www.newlifecalu.com/connect. The Cal U Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Natali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly.com/Cal U Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important Cal U information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at Cal U Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
And welcome back to Redstone Field here in Brownsville, Pennsylvania, where we have the CUTV Game of the Week. Elizabeth Ford going up against Brownsville. Second quarter of action, the Warriors lead the Falcons 26-0. What were some key takeaways from that first quarter?
Well, the defensive line just dominated Brownsville's offensive line. They gave him no room to breathe. And then on the offensive end, I mean, Charles Nugget was just all over the place. The punt return, the screen play. Zion White had a great throw as well.
And just things have been clicking for this Elizabeth Ford offense and defense. And they are already in great scoring position as Brownsville was not able to convert on that 4th down. So that will leave Elizabeth Ford to take over on downs at the 29-yard line with a fresh set of downs. We have Zion White handing it off to his back, and he'll gain a few yards on the play. 2nd down. That was Kyle Flournoy on the play. And looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 8 now for the Warriors. 11:30 left to go here in this half. Zion White with a back to either side of him in the shotgun. He's going to give it. No, he's going to pass it, and that pass hits just off the fingertips of the receiver.
Wide open on the slant there.
He had all the time in the world, but he just could not hold on to that ball. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down now for Elizabeth Ford. The intended target on that was Vincent Marino. And just like I said, he could not hold on to that ball. Too much of a bullet from White to hold on. And we got a timeout going to be called. I believe that's going to be an Elizabeth Ford timeout. And let's take a look at some more players to watch for both teams. So for this Brownsville, we already mentioned Bracknell on the play on. Quarterback Hunter Palahak. Before we sent it to break, he was a little shaken up on the play, but I think he's going to be doing okay now.
Aiden Teeter seems to be a really big factor for this Brownsville offense as well.
That entire Falcon offense is literally run right through Teeter. I mean, how could you not? This kid is huge. He's 6'4", absolute unit, and he seems like he fights for every yard on the play, no matter how bleak it looks. And the timeout ending now for the Warriors. Setting up shop at about the 25-26 yard line of Brownsville. 3rd and 7. White gets the handoff, gives it to his back. He's able to pick up a few yards. He's going to be brought down at the 15 of Brownsville. And that's number 30 on the carry for the Warriors.
Jordan Wilmer with the carry up the middle.
Jordan Wilmore. It's going to be a 4th and big 3 now for the Warriors. Let's see if they can continue this drive, or do they just go for the touchdown and just end it right here?
Can the Brownsville defense get a stop?
Let's find out here. White hands it to his Wilmore. Wilmore cuts it to the outside. He's going to get the edge, and he's able to pick up a few yards, but not enough for the first down. And this is going to be, looks like a turnover on downs. And Brownsville is going to take possession as they make a huge defensive stop.
First real defensive stop of the game for them. Good defense on the interior line there.
And it all starts right here. Those simple defensive stops, big defensive stops, that's where you have to start if you're going to want to try to come back into this game. There's going to be another timeout called. And we're going to take a look at this the Interstate Conference standings. We have Mount Pleasant sitting up at the top with a 2-1 record. Southmoreland with also a 2-1 record. And we have Elizabeth Ford sitting at 3rd in the conference with a 1-2 record. Brownsville just below them, 0-2. Tied with them is South Park at a 0-2. South Allegheny and Yawk sit up at the down at the bottom with 0-3 records. Definitely not a start that you want to see from those teams.
Brownsville looking to also avoid that 0-3 start.
They definitely are. They are also looking still for their first points of the season. If I had to put any type of money on it, I would probably say that Teeter would probably get those first points for the Falcons. But in order for them to get those points, they have to get out of their own end and get into enemy territory if they want to have any chance of getting on the scoreboard tonight.
The great defensive stop by Brownsville leads them to again be pinned inside their own 20-yard line.
And we know how this goes with the Falcons being pinned inside of their own 20-yard line. They're actually going to be taking over at their own 14, so even deeper. They will have a 1st and 10, so let's see what happens here.
New quarterback into the game for Brownsville.
Is a new quarterback, number 22. He's going to hand it off and stopped in the backfield, probably for a loss of 2. It looks like Bryce Horbick is going to be your new quarterback for the Brownsville Falcons, as Palahak is a little too shaken up to get back into the action. So let's hope that whatever he's going through, he gets over it soon and he gets healed up soon as well. I've seen a few injuries this game, not too many, so those players with injuries, hopefully they get better and they're ready. Hopefully they come back this game, if not, hopefully next game. And Brownsville with the ball. It's Teeter. He'll be able to pick up a few yards on a play. It'll bring up a 3rd down now for the Falcons. And that was a stop by the Elizabeth Ford defense there, all closing in on Brownsville. And trying to see what the refs are doing here, holding the ball. They might bring it back, and they might just be holding it. We got 9:38 left to go here in this half. 26-0 is your score in favor of the Warriors. Brownsville trying to seek any type of momentum right now. And this ball is coming back a little bit. Not sure the call here. I'm not sure if I even saw a flag.
Now inside their 10.
This is not good for the Falcons. It's going to be a repeat of second down, and it's going to be an offside or a false start. Let's see what we got here. It's going to be a false start going against Brownsville. It's going to back them up even further. Now is going to be within their own 5-yard line, and that is certainly not good for the Falcons.
Again, controlling their offense basically out of their own end zone at this point.
And that's really all we've seen them. We've only seen them really in their end. We have a bit of another change of quarterback. It was Teeter at the quarterback position. He took it himself. He's able to get a couple yards. Going to bring up a 3rd down now and long for the Falcons.
Yeah, Teeter took that direct snap, tried to bounce left, but couldn't get anything, and then went back up the middle for a few yards.
That's one thing. This Elizabeth Forward defense has not been giving any breaks to the Falcon offense. No mercy whatsoever. And the scoreboard here at Redstone Field says it's going to be a 3rd and 18 for Brownsville to overcome. Let's see if they do it, or will this defense come up with another big stop on 3rd down. Brownsville approaching the line, and we got a stoppage.
Looks like a timeout was taken.
Another timeout is taken.
This time by Brownsville again.
Brownsville takes another timeout. Must not have liked the play that they had, so they're going to come up with another one. And we're going to take a look back at these highlights throughout the game. You see this first little run by Elizabeth Ford. Then we have White back in the shotgun position. He's going to take the snaps. Fake handoff, surveying down the field, perfect form, throwing it deep down the field to his receiver. And what an easy catch by Zachary Boyd. And here we have another one. This is Neguet. This is the punt return that he had going down the left side of the field, easily running out the Falcon opposition. And then we have another punt return by Neguet once again, easily taking it down that far side and in for the extra 6 points. Elizabeth Ford has multiple weapons that they have shown us tonight and that they have at their disposal. We see Neguet there over on the far side of the field playing what looks like a defensive back. Teeter's at the quarterback position, 3rd down and long for the Falcons.
Direct snap.
Teeter rolling to his right. He's going to truck a defenseman, and he is going to get out of bounds before anything else happens.
Looked like he wanted to drop back to throw there and then tucked it and ran.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, that would have been very interesting. I would have loved to have seen him throw that ball. And now Brownsville facing a 4th down. It looks like 7 from within their own 20-yard line on their own 16-yard line. Looks like they're actually going to punt it on this one. They're not going to go for it. And it's a good call by the coach for Brownsville. Low snap. The punt is away. And it's fair caught by Neguet at around the Brownsville 37-yard line. And like we've said all game, this Elizabeth Ford offense has definitely been something to watch here, hasn't it, Finn?
Yeah, Brownsville has struggled defensively to get a stop. Got the one last time to keep them close.
It's going to be very interesting to see, Finn, if Brownsville can maybe build off of that defensive stop. Not even just a defensive stop, a huge defensive stop they had within their own 10-yard line. So let's see if they can stop them before the 30.
Maybe give them a little bit of confidence to do it one more time.
We have Zion White in the shotgun formation for the Warriors. Back to his left. He's going to drop back in the pocket. Feeling the pressure. He's going to pull up, take it himself. He's at the 30, juking out of back. He's still going on his feet. He's at the 15, and he is brought out of bounds by, looks like, number 15, Christopher Hawk of the Falcons. Let's take a look at this replay once more.
Great pocket presence there. Felt the pressure from both ends to step up and make the run. And then as he's running, makes a great move and a little bit of a stiff arm to get past the first defender to then bounce outside.
Very amazing offensive awareness by Zion White, just to not force that throw, but just take it himself, get the first down, and get within that 20-yard line of Brownsville yet again. Same formation, White in the pocket, dropping back, quick throw, and touchdown, Warriors! Number 3 on the catch for the Warriors, and that is Zachary Boyd.
Throw over the middle, great throw. Had pressure coming up. Had pressure, good slant and catch though.
Beautiful play by the Warrior offense to put up another 6 points on this Falcon defense. And Logan Beadle's going to be taking this extra point. Seems like they're alternating their kickers. And it was a bad snap. And it looks like he was trying to give it to the holder, but a little miscommunication. And that extra point is no good. Your score whenever we come back from break, 32-0 in favor of Elizabeth Forward.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
And welcome back to the CUTV Game of the Week, where we have the Elizabeth Forward Warriors going up against the Brownsville Falcons. The visiting Warriors have the lead on the hometown Falcons 32-0. And it's what has been an offensive slaughterhouse for Elizabeth Forward.
Pair of touchdown passes now for Zion White, both to his favorite target, Zachary Boyd.
Boyd and Neget have been very key parts to this Warrior offense. And looks like we have a flag here on this kickoff, and this kick's gonna have to go back. I can only imagine this call going against the Warriors.
I think it's going to be an offsides call. Someone was in front of the kicker.
Someone got a little too excited on the play, and they just couldn't control themselves. So this is going to be backed up just a little bit. It's going to be backed up to the 30-yard line of Elizabeth Forward. So, excuse me, the 35. I'm watching the ref. Ref didn't even have it right. That's going to be Ethan Callahan on the kick for the Warriors. Like I said, Warriors are alternating their kickers. Not a bad idea at all.
Keep them fresh at all times.
Keep those legs fresh. And Callahan's kick is up, and it is back to Brownsville. That's Cameron Howard on the return for Brownsville, and he's brought down at about the 26-yard line. We'll say the 26-yard line, their own 26-yard line. And now Brownsville will be taking over 1st and 10.
That was the first punt by or first kickoff by the Warriors that Brownsville fielded cleanly and actually got a decent return out of.
Yeah, I've noticed that every time that either Callahan or Beadle will kick it off, they either will muff it or go over the head, but they actually caught this cleanly this time, so good call on that. We have Teeter in the shotgun, still the quarterback here. Teeter giving it off to his running back. Pick up a few yards and maybe a loss here on the play. And I'm sure Brownsville's definitely going to be missing Teeter as that sole running back. Now he has to double up and play quarterback. Now, do you think that'll affect Brownsville at all?
I think Teeter's already being watched a lot. Seems like he's doing mostly everything on the offensive end. So I think their eyes are still going to be on him because they're going to assume he has the ball. But maybe this gives them a chance to give it off to more people.
Potentially. There's a lot of different ways you could play this. Obviously, you can just do the quarterback sneaker with Teeter to the outside. Maybe, like you were saying, maybe give it to another guy, give him a chance. Maybe see if they can make noise against this Warrior defense who has been red hot. 2nd and 11 for Brownsville. Teeter from the shotgun, taking it himself. He's still going, trying to push off a few Warriors, and he is brought down in the backfield yet again.
Great defensive pressure by the entire defense that time. They've been really consistent on just having multiple players around the ball at all times.
Yeah, I noticed that they had like 5 players right on Teeter as soon as he was able to break free and just immediately brought down on the play.
Everyone wants to be the guy to make the tackle.
And there's nothing wrong with shared tackles either because it still counts either way. Looks like Teeter was able to pick up a yard on the play, 3rd and 9 from his own 28-yard line. Teeter again in the shotgun. He's got a back to his right and a back right behind him. Teeter opting to throw, and that ball is intercepted, and the Warriors got it. Turnover, and that is number 30 coming up on that big play. That is Jordan Wilmore. Let's take a look at this replay.
Teeter dropped back to try to throw this. It looked like was looking the whole way the same time. Didn't even see the blind side coming and got hit right as he was trying to let go of the ball and fell right into the hands of Jordan Wilmore for the interception.
He was just able to catch that so easily, like you said, right into the hands of Wilmore, and he does the right thing, secures that ball and gets down. And the Warriors within striking distance yet again, taking over on the Brownsville 20-yard line.
I thought that was a fumble, not an interception at first.
It did look like a fumble at first, but then I did see Wilmore actually catch it. And here we go again, Neguet with the call yet again. He's going to cut back to the other side. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Warriors. And that's Charles Neguet for his 3rd of the game. And what offensive awareness by Neguet. Let's look at this replay here.
Just a basic handoff, bounced to the left side, then slipped out of a tackle, bounced back to the right, and just had green grass in front of him all the way for the touchdown.
And that was a very good read by Neguet because I did not see a hole the original way he was going. So a very good call by him just to bounce it back and get in for the extra 6 points. And it looks like we have a flag here on the play.
It's going to go on Brownsville. On the outside, he looked like he stepped up early.
And that's yet another offside call going against the Falcons. And we've seen multiple of those called tonight.
That is Neguet's 3rd touchdown on the night, the hat trick.
We saw him with the 2 punt return touchdowns. And we see him here with the simple touchdown. And we have an option here. It's Boyd throwing it to his back one-handed. And what an effort. But that extra point is no good. We are going to send it to break. Your score, Elizabeth Ford 38, Brownsville 0.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Redstone Field here in Brownsville, Pennsylvania for our CUTV Game of the Week. Brownsville versus Elizabeth Ford. Elizabeth Ford is up in this contest 38-0. Finn, Brownsville, man.
Really struggling on both sides of the football. Can't seem to get really anything going on offense, as much as Aiden Teeter is really trying to put the workload on his back, having a hard time trying to do it all. And on the defensive end, they just can't stop this high-powered offense of the Warriors. They just negate Zachary Boyd and Zion White. Just those three together, it's just a three-headed monster coming at you.
The triple threat of Elizabeth Ford has been the name of the game for this Warrior offense, as Finn was stating. It's just been absolutely red hot and unstoppable, and they have not let their foot off the pedal since opening kickoff. And it's going to be Logan Beadle kicking off for the Warriors. And the kick is up. And it's going to be muffed on the play. And he is brought down. And the play is whistled dead. And we have a shaken up Falcon on the play. It looks like Howard.
Number 11 came through and blew that up. And he's down. Now he's down on the field. We have an injured player for Brownsville.
And while he's being attended to, we're going to take a look at the CUTV upcoming broadcasts. Coming up on the 22nd, we have women's soccer up at the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex versus Gannon. Vulcan volleyball versus Clarion coming up on the 24th. And then we have Vulcan football at Edinburgh at noon. Then another football game for the Vulcans. It's going to be the homecoming game on October 2nd at 3 o'clock. And we have another high school game of the week, Bell Vernon at Ringgold, October 8th. And tomorrow, don't forget, we have Vulcan football at Adamson Stadium, where they will take on Millersville. Cal U 2-0, starting off very nicely on the season. Let's see if they can extend that record to 3-0. I'm sure we would all love to see that, right?
Yes, of course. Cal trying to continue their great play this year.
And the Falcons going to take over again at their own 24-yard line. Teeter as the quarterback in shotgun position. He's going to roll to his right, take down some defenders. He's still trying to push along for the extra yardage, and he will get it. And what hustle and determination by Aiden Teeter on that play.
Just powering his way, dragging players with him. Looks like he's a little slow to get up, too.
And like you said, he was a little slow to get up. Pops right back up. Had to take a little bit of time just to gather himself on that play. And the Falcons going to be looking at a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5.
Looks like Teeter's actually going to go to the bench for this play after that last one getting hit a little bit harder than he thought.
And let's hope that Teeter will be okay. Falcons losing important players left and right. Not good for Brownsville. Brownsville's roster is already limited to what they have on the bench compared to Elizabeth Ford. So let's hope that those players will get better soon. Looks like we got number 22 back at quarterback. That's Bryce Horobic. taking the shotgun. QB sneak up the middle. And looks like he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Third and, oh, it's going to be a loss. 3rd and 6 now for Brownsville.
Warriors defense again, continuing just always on them, giving them fits the whole time.
And, you know, Brownsville, you know, we've seen them try to run up the middle. They've been stopped that way. We've seen them try to go on the outside. That has also been stuffed. We tried to see a pass. That was intercepted. And just nothing is working. Looks like we have Teeter back out on the field. He's going to drop back in the pocket, feels the pressure. He's going to roll to his left. And he's still going, and he is finally brought down by the Warriors. And that was number 56 that made that original wrap-up for the Warriors. Seeing if we can get a name on that play.
Teeter there looked like, again, he wanted to throw it, had nothing, was under pressure, immediately had to bounce outside to try to get away.
And on the play, stopping Teeter from getting any more yardage, that was Richard Prokop. And now the Falcons taking over from their own 30-yard line, 4th and 4.
Nobody back to receive the punt for the Warriors.
Low snap, punt is up, and no one is. They're just gonna simply down it, and they're gonna down it at the Elizabeth Ford 47-yard line. And this Warrior offense trotting back on the field. Zion White approaching his team, getting the call, and like we've said all game, he has been absolutely just on fire. He's got his favorite targets. He has Zachary Boyd, he has Charles Neguet, and he's got a great offensive line in front of him to protect him from the Brownsville defense.
I believe this is actually the first time that the Warriors are going to be starting not in Brownsville territory. So actually a little drive here to get going.
I think you might be correct. And here we go. We have a handoff up the middle for the Warriors. And he is brought down in Brownsville territory at looks like the 46-yard line.
Number 23, Kyle Flournoy was the carry there.
Flournoy. We've seen him get the call earlier in this game. He got some positive yards on the play and is able to bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Warriors. White in the shotgun. He's got a back behind him and to his left, receivers on both sides. White's going to hand it off again to Flournoy, and it looks like he's going to have enough to pick up that Warrior first down.
Good tackle by number 61 on Brownsville there.
And like I said, that is enough for the Elizabeth Ford first down. We're going to take over at the Brownsville 44-yard line, I believe. Here we go again. Flournoy again with the call. He's going to go to the right side. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Elizabeth Ford. That is Flournoy on the touchdown reception for the Warriors. Let's look at this replay here.
Yeah, Kyle Flournoy with the ball just bounced right to the outside and just put on the afterburners to beat everyone down the sideline for the touchdown. Aiden Teeter tried to chase him down from far but wasn't able to get there.
And that just tack on another 6 points for the Warriors. Hopefully they make it a 7. We're going to see if they can make it a 7.
Logan Beadle back on for the extra point.
And there is a flag on the play. And there's actually, it's going to go against the Warriors this time. An offsides call going against Elizabeth Ford. And it's going to back them up 5 yards, making this PAT a little bit harder to make now. Still Beadle out for the Warriors to kick this extra point. And the kick is going to be blocked on the play.
Number 28 for Brownsville came off the side there and just blew up the play. Didn't even have a chance to get anywhere near getting the kick off.
And we are going to send it to break here. Elizabeth Ford adds another 6 to their lead. 44-0 is your score when we come back after break.
The CalU Cupboard connects students to information, services, and resources both on and off campus while providing free items such as food, school supplies, personal hygiene items, and more to our students. Visit our 2 locations at the Vulcan Village Clubhouse and Atali Student Center, or for a contactless option, visit bit.ly/CalU Cupboard to request food or give donations. For important CalU information, community resources, and our how-to series, follow at CalU Cupboard on Instagram and the campus-wide announcements.
And welcome back to the CUTV Game of the Week, where we have the hometown Brownsville Falcons hosting the Elizabeth Ford Warriors, who are up 44-0 on the Falcons. And this Brownsville crowd has been quite quiet tonight.
Yeah, Elizabeth Ford just continues to pile on the points. No mercy.
Not letting up whatsoever. Callahan's going to be sending it right back to the Falcons, and we are off yet again. And brought down within his own 20-yard line. And there is a flag on the play, so let's see what this is about. That was Bryce Horbeck on the kick return. Officials conferring with one another to see, make sure they got the right idea here.
I think they called a hit to the head right there.
It looks like there's... This is going to be a big thing for Brownsville as they're going to advance even further. They're going to spot the ball at the Brownsville 35-yard line, and that's going to get the Falcons out of their own 20-yard line, where they have not been playing very well at. Brownsville will set up 1st and 10. Teeter in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives it to his back. That's Horbeck trying to bounce to the outside, and says no. Big stop by Christian Kennedy for the Warriors, and it's going to back them up about 4 yards. 2nd and 14. And we're starting to run out of time here in this first half. Definitely make sure you stay tuned, because we will be covering the bands that will be playing. I won't be on the call, obviously, but you can listen to some nice music from the Elizabeth Ford and Brownsville marching bands. And Brownsville is just going to simply take the knee and is going to run off the clock of this first half. When we come back, Elizabeth Ford will lead Brownsville 44-0, and we'll start off with the ball when we come back.
The CalU Vulcans are back on the gridiron this fall, and CUTV and WCAL give you the best seats in the house. September 2nd at Fairmont State. September 11th versus Lock Haven. September 18th versus Millersville. September 25th at Edinburgh. Homecoming October 2nd versus Mercyhurst. October 9th at Gannon. October 16th versus Clarion. The Coal Bowl October 23rd at IUP. October 30th versus Seton Hill. November 6th at Slippery Rock. November 13th at Bloomsburg or the PSAC title game. All games are live on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM, WCAL.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can catch all the action with CUTV and the PSAC network. After a year away from the court, the Vulcans are set to try and get back to the top of the PSAC. A full slate of action versus such PSAC opponents Gannon, Mercyhurst, Edinburgh, Clarion, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, IUP, and Pitt Johnstown. Every home game will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC network.
Looking for something to do? Then don't miss the 2021 Health Fair. This year, the Health Fair will be on Wednesday, October 6th in the Convocation Center Arena from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. There will be free STD testing, a blood drive, prizes, free health screens, flu and COVID vaccines, giveaways, and much, much more. Don't miss the excitement. Be at the Convocation Center on October 6th for the 2021 Health Fair.
And welcome back to the CUTV Game of the Week, where we have Elizabeth Ford facing off against the Brownsville Falcons. Here is the halftime performance now. We have the Elizabeth Ford Marching Band, and Brownsville's Marching Band will go right after that. So sit back and enjoy.
You may now take the field for this evening's performance. The Elizabeth Ford High School Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Stephen Spang, assisted by Mr. Ben Cook, Mrs. Brittany Smith, Mr. Jared Thompson, and Mr. Hunter Brunez. Color guard instructors are Miss Anna Machoice and Miss Kiki Deladone. Show music is arranged by Rob Tra and Mark Sarabchek. The Elizabeth Ford High School Marching Band would like to say a huge thank you to the students, staff, administration, and the Elizabeth Ford School District community for their constant support. And remember, go
The Cal U Vulcans are back on the gridiron this fall, and CUTV and WCAL give you the best seats in the house. September 2nd at Fairmont State. September 11th versus Lock Haven. September 18th versus Millersville. September 25th at Edinboro. Homecoming October 2nd versus Mercyhurst. October 9th at Gannon. October 16th versus Clarion. The Coal Bowl October 23rd at IUP. October 30th versus Seton Hill. November 6th at Slippery Rock. November 13th at Bloomsburg or the PSAC title game. All games are live on CUTV Sports 1, the PSAC network, and 91.9 FM, WCAL.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can catch all the action with CUTV and the PSAC network. After a year away from the court, the Vulcans are set to try and get back to the top of the PSAC. A full slate of action versus such PSAC opponents Gannon, Mercyhurst, Edinboro, Clarion, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, IUP, and Pitt Johnstown. Every home game will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC network.
Welcome back to the CUTV Game of the Week, where we have the Elizabeth Ford Warriors traveling to Redstone Field to face off against the Brownsville Falcons, and the Warriors are up 44-0. Finn, give us a little recap of what has happened so far in this game.
Yeah, the Warriors just started off straight fire with the quick early stop and then a one-play touchdown. Then they got another one-play touchdown off another quick stop and then another stop with the punt return. The three-headed monster of Zachary Board, Zion White, and Charles Neguet have really been just carrying the workload of this whole team. Jordan Wilmer has also put a good amount of work in to keep this lead going, and Brownsville has just really struggled on the offensive line part, where they just haven't been able to have any protection for really Aiden Teeter, who's been carrying that offense. And then, yeah, on the defensive end, just one stop throughout every single drive they've had, and just really haven't had any good luck. Also been pinned really far back in their own territory.
Yeah, you know, this Warrior defense has done a very good job on staying aggressive and just showing no mercy towards this Brownsville offense, and especially to Aiden Teeter, as they've been just targeting Teeter to try to, because they know that offense runs through him, and they're doing a very good job, you know, making the stops, making those short run stops up the middle, making the stops on the outside, passing plays. They've been all over, and this Warriors defense has not let up a whole lot.
They've been doing a great job, just everyone getting on the tackle. I mean, wherever the ball is, there's at least 3 or 4 defenders right there to try to make a tackle on it.
Very good at reading where that ball was going to be placed. No matter what Brownsville does, they cannot outsmart so far this Elizabeth Ford defense. And as the defense has been making stops, the offense has responded and has put up a lot of points on the board, and Brownsville has just not been able to rally back and respond.
Just great, you know, just fluent offense by them, you know, not forcing too much and just kind of letting the game come to them and then finding what they need.
Not like you were saying, they don't force anything, you know. If Zion White, if he sees something, he'll take advantage of it. If he doesn't see it, we've seen it, you know, he just takes it himself and he gets quite an admirable amount of yards.
He showed great pocket presence in that whole first half.
Very good pocket presence, very good offensive awareness. And looks like we have a little bit of a mess up on this opening kick. And
I think he just whiffed on it.
Yeah, he just whiffed on that kick, that opening kick, and the Warriors are going to take over already in Brownsville territory.
Great field position, not what Brownsville needed to start this second half.
And just things have not been going very well for this Falcon team at all, whether it's offensively, defensively, and now we see on special teams as well.
Looks like a new quarterback into the game for the Warriors. Number 7.
He is the backup quarterback, I believe, for the Warriors. And the Warriors in the shotgun position now.
Andrew Grease is the new quarterback.
Andrew Grease, quick little screen pass. He almost drops it, able to hold on to it. And I believe he's going to pick up that Elizabeth Ford first down.
What a great catch. Really had to get down there and got his hands under the ball before it could hit the ground.
And a great start by this new quarterback, Andrew Grease, like you mentioned. Grease coming in. He plays defensive back. He's also the backup quarterback, a freshman. He's listed up here as 5'6", and doesn't have the greatest height, but he's making it work. And that's all that this Warrior team needs. They're up substantially in this third quarter. And the ball's almost picked out, and that's number 21 on the carry for the Warriors. That's Diego Magwood, able to pick up a few yards on the play.
Got a lot of backups in here. That was a basic run to the left side.
Yeah, the Warriors not taking any chances. They want to rest their starters, make sure that they're all ready for their next game.
Well-deserved rest for all of them, too.
Yes. Looks like this JV team is going to start off for the Warriors. And Grease is going to lead the charge. It's going to be 3rd and 10 with a little under 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Grease hands it off to Magwood. Magwood stopped immediately by that Brownsville defensive line. And, you know, even though it's the JV, that's still a good look by that Falcon defense.
Andrew Frazee came right up the middle to stop that run, number 51. Great penetration right there to get in the way to stop it.
And we're going to see the punt team for the Warriors tonight. We have not seen a whole lot of them. They haven't really needed them, as Brownsville's been the one that's been punting, not Elizabeth Ford.
Is that Charles Nagitt about to give us a nice punt here?
Yes, sir, it is. Charles Nagitt will be the punter for the Warriors, and back to receive for the Falcons is number 22, Bryce Horobic.
Zion White's in there blocking as well, number 5.
And a good kick. Punt is muffed. It's muffed, and it's going to go for what I thought was a touchdown. The ref is waving this off.
I think they don't think he touched it.
And
I think they're saying he did not touch the kick, and they just let it roll past him. I think he tried to catch it, but did not get his hands on it. I couldn't tell.
It did look like from up here that he touched it, but apparently not. And the Falcons are going to take over deep in their own territory at their own 10-yard line. 1st and 10 with under 3 minutes left to play in the third quarter.
Again, pinned in deep in their own own half again.
And that's basically where they've been at all game. And we have yet again at quarterback, that's Teeter. He's going to hand it off to his back, and he's going to pick up a few yards and a bit more. I think that's Horobic.
Good run there, good blocking, had an open hole up the middle, and then just kind of darted left too to get a couple more, or darted right, excuse me, to get a couple more yards.
And that's all this Brownsville team needs. They just need to keep running the clock, just keep marching up the field as much as they can, and just let this clock keep running.
Really trying to just do anything to show off. Try to just, still looking for those first points of the year as well. So.
And now we've hit under the 2-minute mark of this third quarter. It is 2nd and short, 2nd and 2 now for the Falcons. And that's Teeter himself taking it to the left side. And it looks like he'll have enough for a Brownsville first down. Haven't said that a whole lot today.
Good fake there too. Looked like it was given to the halfback, and he decided to fake it. Almost looked like he was trying to deke them by barely running at the start and then just put on the burners, and a nice stiff arm there to put the guy into the ground.
Very good read by Aiden Teeter, and he's able to pick up the first down and some positive yards for this Falcon team. And as they approach the line of scrimmage, they're going to take over from their own 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Teeter in the shotgun, and a bad snap. Teeter's going to fall on the ball. And it's not a good way to start this down with a fresh set of sticks.
Muff snap didn't look like a bad snap, and then just good job by Teeter to dive on that. A lot of guys would try to pick it up and maybe make something out of it. Just get on the ball.
Just jump on the ball. Don't do anything too fancy.
Don't want to turn it over.
Exactly, especially where you're at right now. You're in the red zone, and we all know Elizabeth Ford will strike if they have the opportunity. Here we go. It's going to be second. It looks like 13 now for the Falcons. Teeter looking to throw and is incomplete. Pass intended for number 15, Christopher Hawk, the freshman. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 13.
That's only the second time, I want to say. I think we've seen Teeter actually load up and throw the ball. First time actually got hit, and then that kind of crazy interception where it just fell into his lap. And then that throw is just a little bit too low.
The Falcons trying to get a play before the quarter ends, and they will. Teeter back to throw. Pass is complete. He's brought down immediately. And that is going to wrap up the 3rd quarter. Your score, Elizabeth Ford 44 and Brownsville 0.
Vulcan Volleyball is back, and you can catch all the action with CUTV and the PSAC network. After a year away from the court, the Vulcans are set to try and get back to the top of the PSAC. A full slate of action versus such PSAC opponents Gannon, Mercyhurst, Edinburgh, Clarion, Seton Hill, Slippery Rock, IUP, and Pitt Johnstown. Every home game will be live on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC network.
And welcome back to CUTV Game of the Week, where we have the Elizabeth Ford Warriors here at Redstone Field battling against the hometown Brownsville Falcons. Brownsville trails in this game 44-0, and something that we did not mention in the 3rd quarter, I believe that these quarters are going to be two six-minute quarters due to the injuries Brownsville took in the first half, and just the fact that they just don't have the biggest roster. Meanwhile, that was Teeter on that carry.
Direct snap, a little bit low, and then just bounce it out to the right side. Try to get up maybe 3 or 4 yards there, it looked like. Again, Teeter, just the entire offense for Brownsville.
And, I mean, we even saw for the defense, too. They went right to him. They knew exactly who was going to get the ball, and they made that stop very quickly. And we have a personnel change for the Warriors. Clock still running here on the mercy rule.
Warriors bringing almost a whole new look defense into the game.
It's going to be interesting to see how Brownsville is going to counteract it. Actually, Finn, I believe that was a turnover on downs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a turnover on downs. And my apologies to the listeners at home. This was a turnover on downs, and Elizabeth Ford is going to take over at the Brownsville 25-yard line, 1st and 10. And there's going to be a fumble on the play, recovered by the Warriors. It was a little miscommunication between the quarterback and his running back, but the Warriors were able to fall down on the ball.
It almost looked like the running back moved a little bit before the ball got to the quarterback, and that's what made him not be ready for the snap, and he was behind the play.
We got 2nd and 14 now for the Warriors. Pretty deep into Brownsville territory. We know what type of threat that they can be.
Looking to strike again.
Warriors in the shotgun. Rolling to his left. He's running it up himself, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. Looks like that's on the stop is Marveo Grayson of the Falcon defense that was able to push him out of bounds.
That was Andrew Grease. That's the backup quarterback. Took that right to the left side, almost like a QB draw right to the left.
And the Warriors faced with a 3rd down now. It's going to be about a 3rd and 7 here on the play. Under 3 minutes left to play here in this game. A simple run up the middle, just keep the clock running.
Look at again, Aiden Teeter right there for Brownsville on the defensive side of the ball.
And that's Christian Kennedy up the middle for the Warriors. It's going to be a big 4th down for Elizabeth Ford. It's 4th and 5. And let's see if they can convert and try to get this 1st down and not a turnover on downs. Busy backfield for the Warriors. Takes the snap, and there is a flag on the play. It's going to stop play. It's going to be a false start call going against the Warriors. Going to back them up 5 yards, and they're going to be placed just about where the first stick is at.
Not a lot of flags today, and the Warriors been pretty disciplined. There was a little bit of the 2 ejections at the start of the game where things got a little out of hand, but they were able to calm it down and haven't had very many problems since.
Warriors have, like you were saying, very disciplined. They knew what they had to do, coming here, taking care of business, and that's exactly what they've done all game. Shotgun, and he is brought down immediately by the Falcons defense in the backfield. Turnover on downs, and the Falcons will take over at around their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. And this clock still slowly but surely running down. Minute 35 left to go here in this tilt. Elizabeth Ford has the lead on Brownsville 44-0. Brownsville still has yet to make any type of point. Let's see if they can do it here. It looks like it might be the last drive. He gives it off to his running back. He's brought down immediately in the backfield.
Try to do a draw play right up the middle. This time not to Aiden Teeter, number 22.
And that's saying his name all game. That's Bryce Horobic up the middle for the Falcons. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. And just seconds left to go here in this tilt. Clock is not on the Falcons' side right now. Teeter dropping back to pass, feels the pressure, throws it away, and that play is incomplete as our new quarterback almost made the interception.
Was under pressure right away, had no time to even look downfield.
Andrew Green almost came up with a big interception right there for the Warriors. Could have taken that right to the house. And just under 20 seconds. It's looking like going to be the last play of the game here. Teeter in the shotgun, drops back, under pressure, throws a long one, and that is incomplete. And this game is over. Your final score, Elizabeth Ford, 44, Brownsville 0. For my broadcast partner, Finn Maison, I'm Peyton Trollinger, and for all the staff and camera people that have worked tonight, thank you, and we will see you at the next shoot. Take care.